Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Monday, March the 14th, and starting with Apple here. As we mentioned last time we spoke, we're pretty much looking for further downside on indices and stocks. So with this market here with Apple, we've got it as well from wave B here. We're looking down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're looking below the 150 area here. If I've made an error here, it would be that copying this here, that we would have wave 1 here and copy this here and have wave 2 over here for this. But we'll see how we go. Our main job really is to count 5 waves down. So we'll be heading lower for all of this. Now at the old lows here and also the medium level here at 150, there's going to be good support at that point. But yeah, we'll just continue to work this trend lower. This will be the same for other stocks. So being short would be the right side of the market. Yeah, so I won't add to this anymore. I'll just leave it as it is because we need to negotiate the 150 area here, but I'll leave that up to you. I've popped the stop up the last high. This little move here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down here, or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, should just keep on working lower at this point. The next stock, the Amazon. So it hasn't quite turned yet, but you can, I mean, even in a bullish market, would expect it to, react from the 3,000. The question is, would you go short here? And if based on the rest of the market, well, then we would, and we would look to, put a stop above here. But it's not a really good setup. I wouldn't call it a setup. It's more like, the market's going south, so let's get on with this. And the good thing about this is that the 3,000 being such a large number has been tested. So that's our saving grace for our stop loss. So yeah, the other way to move in now, just to sort of help shore things up, but nothing's for sure, but the 2,900 as a retested resistance. If this was a 900 here, some sort of resistance at that point with the classic trading levels pattern, it may pop back above there and you'll have to rework the trend on the other side. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Elliott. It connects all the patterns of all degrees. However, you need to discern between, even though they're all connected, the last trend, if you're working on this trend here, then this is the most important one at this point. It's always the previous one that's the most important, not two of them ago, even though they are all connected. So when you're working, if the market pops back above the level here, then yes, this low here and this low here is important, but better to rework the new trend at that point and separate it, so you're always working with the freshest trend, so to speak. So with Amazon here, yeah, I've got this down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, but we could also have wave 1 over here. Not that it matters at this point. It will show itself further in the trend if we're on the right track. So yeah, let's not worry about that too much. The other little main number in here is this one here, the 2.8. So you can expect a bounce off the 2.8. So if you're going to take any profit, that would be the number for that. And it'll take a little while to get through these lows here too. So, but look, this is a bit of a higher risk trade. It ticks a few boxes, but not all of them in terms of trade setup. Okay, with Alphabet here, we're looking at, as you know, there's an A wave, a B wave, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So coming lower. And let's just go in and check on this. We've got the 100 tick and 5 tick on this, I think. So this will be the 100 tick. So yeah, we're looking at this here. You can also short this as well. See, in a lot of cases that this little high here, which I wasn't quite expecting, when I look at the cash market on some of these, it hasn't taken the top out here. So the A, the B, and the C wave here, then 1 and 2. But look, if you're going to short this one here as well, then here is a good a place as any. But you can also see too in the ranges here. You see how the ranges are quite long here, and then they're diminishing here. That means that the trend is going to kick back at that point. So that would be quite handy as well. Let's just get a splash of color in on this. So look, at I mean, it was the end of the session or whatever, and yeah, that shorter range there could kick it back before heading down again, and that would be quite good because it would give you that sort of low period there as well. And the other point to take on board here too is just finding the support, even if you can't see it at this stage, which would be right here. So this is where the bounce is going to come from at this point, somewhere in that space there. So you'll just have to accommodate a rally against you if you're going in that direction. Meta, so we talked about well, from this wave 4 here, we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then we can look at building this down here as well. Now I'll have to pull that apart. That looks like 5 waves. You could probably also put wave 1 there, not that it matters just yet. And this is probably 1 and 2 as well, of a smaller degree here. But we'll get that sorted soon. But yeah, we talked about going short through the trend line here or on this low here, and I've just popped the stop there. So the 190 appears to be 190 appears to be a good resistance at this point, but what we've just got to be careful about here is we don't get this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Let's just play the adversary here. So we've got, if we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then have an ABC back again, checking this before going down again. So that's a possibility. So we just need to be, that's why we'll just keep the stop out until we're clear about this. And this low here, once that becomes the resistance, then that's going to be helpful. Also the 180 is another large number that we need to navigate through as well. So there's a few things here, so if you can just hold on for a while. I mean, this is a nice place to take some money off the table as well down here. I better put that in before either one would do, I think. We'll see where the rest of the market is at that stage as well. We just got to be careful about this wave 4 here. That can pull back to the previous wave 4. I mean, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down here, just making a new low below here. But as you know, it's normally group 2. So group 2 will be, excuse me, will be 80, 172 in here, and 165 here. So it's the job of group 2 here to create the support for the market and to help the market pin the price back to the 200 here. And it's the job of 1, 2, and 3 here, group 1, to basically pin the market back to the number here as well. So we know that, yeah, we've got a series of waves, 4s and 5s across this level here. So yeah, that group 1 and group 2 would be doing its job at that point, but yeah, so we just need to mind that, mind this. I mean, this here too, I'll just give that some thought. We're okay for a little while, okay, but consider taking money off the table at 180 or 183 in that space. Microsoft, we're also looking for this to move lower as well, so down into the 250s, a nice target zone for that. And let's just go to the 2K tick chart. Yeah, we didn't put a stop in here. I didn't get a trade in here just yet. This is one of these ones where I mean, I'm on a CFD platform here, and you have to watch those dodgy dudes, man. But I can see on the cash market that that's not the high. This is the high here. This one here. So this is 1 and 2 here for this. So that's the start. So we can bring this, if you want to go short on this, then under here would be fine. We should have got to it much earlier, but I probably may even said have gone under here or something. But anyway, the main takeaway here is that we can just keep the stop above, or really above 1 point above that high would be the stop. Okay. Yeah, and we can look to add to it under the 2 here as well. Get that right there. Okay. Yeah, so we're in minor group 2 here, so 65, 72, and 80, and yeah, it gives up good support, but I don't think it's going to hold this time. We're seeing deeper moves into group 2, so we'll see if it folds down at that point. So this will be wave 1 here, and this will be wave 2, and you can check on the cash market. You'll see that this is the high here and not that one. So that's just CFD providers, run and stops, I'd imagine. So yeah, well, that's Microsoft, and down to 250 would be our move there. Tesla as well. So with Tesla here, we may be triggered in. I can't exactly remember, but we're looking for the 800 to become the resistance at this point, and we'll be looking down at 650, probably lower, but that's a good start. There's important numbers along the way here. First of all, the halfway mark. I always like to look at the halfway mark, a bit of a Gann trick really. So that will be there. So that's going to be important. But the 780 is important. And then when you talk about 80, you're talking about group 2. So the 772 is going to be important. And then the 765 is important. So the 780 and the 750 and the 730, we've got the 725 here, the 700 is going to be important. There's a lot of important numbers down through here. We'll just stay on course here, but yeah, we could probably put the stop to this point here, but let's just wait for next session. Let's just see what occurs there first. Alrighty, and Square. So we got triggered in on the short side here, so we'll just put this here as a stop. And we want to get one above the level and below the level. As you can see in this little move here, that it kind of looks like 5 waves here, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We may be able to count it a little bit differently, but yeah, we should get some sort of, I mean, this is 5 waves here now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we knew that, that's why we went short under there. And then I've got a corrective pattern, which also looks like 5 waves as well. But obviously that can't be the case. Oh, yes, it could be from this point as an A into B into C, but not to worry. But the point being here is that it does appear that we're going to have 5 waves here. So that means we're going to get a bounce off the 100, which we can expect. From that high to the low here, this is the 56. Looks a little bit high. Maybe I've taken that from the wrong place. We'll just double check that. Yeah, too high, so I'll just take it from there. I don't know what I was thinking. So you could find another way in, like under this low here. If you're not in this market, then that would be the place to do it, under that rally there, under that B wave. So an A and a B and a C. It might not be that clean and simple, but if you're already in, then we'll look for a classic trading levels pattern under the under this level here. So we might get something like this here. In fact, you never know. So we start at that point, and then we can bring it up to this point here. It goes above the level, so then we need to work it over to this point here, and then we can also work it under that little point there as well. So that way you're just getting the edge. It's just creating more of an edge. If you don't know your edge and don't know how to get your edge, then you're just not going to make it. So yeah, okay, that's square, so that's going to be going lower, and that will be in line with the with the banks as well. So we've got BAC here, and we looked at looking at this as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then we can look at this as 1 and 2 of a next degree higher. This is giving me 5 waves here. It's giving me a bit of a C wave rather than a. It looks like it wants to go up at this point. I mean, I could look at this as being, well, I've taken it to that point, so that's the A wave, the B wave here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, from this low here, I can count 1 and then 2 here, probably the 3rd wave in here that I can't see, and then the 4th wave here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So it's possible to count 5 waves up from that point or that point there. But coming down here, if I look at that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, then 1 and 2 and 3, looks like the 4, and then 4 to here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to there. So I think that's the A, the B wave here, and then the C wave to here. So I think we're on the right track. But we want to, just to be sure, we wanted to be under that $40 mark there as the resistance. That at least that's something, because normally I'd be looking for long trades above the level there, and that's why we got the green light on that one at that point, because we would go long from that point. And using that number, going long or short from any large number is a nice little trick to do. Yeah, so that's that. And Goldman's as well. So it looks like we got triggered in here for this. So we can just grab one of these, and I'm just going to pop it there for the time being until we get a bit more clarity on that. I mean, that could be an impulse wave here as well, but that's also impulsive as well. That's what we noted last time. So we'll see how she sinks lower here with all of this. And this is Morgan's here. So I should put something on here for this. Okay, so it still has further to come down. Yeah, I won't go into the intraday on this one, but it still has more to go down. Morgans and Goldmans are kind of the same a little bit, where the Bank of America is slightly different in its count, but yeah, all lower. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.